What if you poured water on the sun? The sun is the star at the center of the solar system. It is a nearly perfect ball of hot plasma, heated to incandescence by nuclear fusion reactions in its core. The sun radiates this energy mainly as light, ultraviolet, and infrared radiation and is the most important source of energy for life on Earth. In this video, we will talk about whether it is possible to pour water on the sun. If that's the case, what would happen if we dumped water on the sun? But before we begin, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for such amazing and informative videos. The sun involves a special type of fire that is able to burn water, and so it will just get hotter and 6 times brighter. By mass, water is 89% oxygen, and the sun's overall density is 1.4 times that of water. So, if you have a volume of water equal to the volume of the sun, it will have 1 over 1.4 equals 0.71 times the mass of the sun. And this mass will be 0.71.89 equals 63% of a solar mass of oxygen and 8% of a solar mass of hydrogen. The sun itself is 0.74 solar masses of hydrogen and 0.24 solar masses of helium. So you end up with a 1.7 solar mass star with a composition of 48% hydrogen, 37% oxygen, and 14% helium, with 1% heavier elements. Now, will such a star burn? Yes, but not with the type of proton-proton fusion the sun uses. A star 1.7 times the mass of the sun will heat up and burn almost entirely by the CNO fusion cycle, after making some carbon and nitrogen to go along with all the oxygen you've started with. So with CNO fusion and that mass, you get a type F0 star with about 1.3 times the radius and 6 times the luminosity of the present sun and a temperature somewhat higher than the sun's, 5800 K versus the sun's 5200 K. It will be bluish-white with more UV. That, along with that 6-fold heat input, will cause the Earth's biosphere to be fried and the oceans to probably boil. The sun is a massive ball of gas and plasma that is the center of our solar system. It is the source of all life on Earth, providing heat and light that sustain all living organisms. However, the question of what would happen if you poured water on the sun is one that has intrigued many people. In this video, we will explore the answer to this fascinating question. Firstly, it is important to note that pouring water on the sun is impossible. The sun is over 93 million miles away from Earth. And even if we could somehow transport water that far, it would be vaporized long before it reached the surface of the sun. The temperature of the sun's surface, or photosphere, is around 5,500 degrees Celsius, which is hot enough to vaporize any substance we know of. Assuming that it were possible to somehow pour water on the sun, what would happen? The water would vaporize almost instantly upon contact with the sun's surface, creating a massive steam explosion. The energy released by the vaporization of the water would be immense, but it would have no real impact on the sun's overall energy output or temperature. In fact, the sun is so massive and hot that the vaporization of a small amount of water would have no discernible effect on its overall behavior. The sun's energy output is generated by nuclear fusion, the process by which hydrogen atoms combine to form helium, releasing vast amounts of energy in the process. The sun is so massive that it contains enough hydrogen to continue this process for billions of years. There is more to this. When the universe started in what we think was a big explosion called the Big Bang, it made only hydrogen and helium, not all the other elements. Those were made later, inside stars, and when heavy stars exploded at the end of their lives. All the atoms other than hydrogen and helium around us and inside us, yes, you too, were made in stars long before our sun and our planet were formed. You are made of star stuff. In 5 billion years from now, the sun will die but not explode. It is too small for that. But it will swell up first and push the Earth out of the way. It may happen that the H&O atoms making up the water in your body right now end up in some other living body 10 or more billion years from now. Even if we could somehow pour an enormous amount of water on the sun, it would not have a significant impact on its behavior. The sun is so large and massive that it exerts a powerful gravitational force on everything in the solar system, including the planets, asteroids, and comets. Pouring water on the sun would not alter this gravitational force, nor would it have any effect on the sun's orbit around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Conveniently, larger, hotter stars burn for a shorter amount of time before they die. The largest, most massive stars only last a few million years, and then they explode as supernovae. So, if you're out to destroy the sun and you're playing a really long game, this might actually be a viable route. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the intent, though. Let's say we just want to snuff out the sun. Vsauce provides a strategy for this. If you could somehow blast your water at the sun at a high enough velocity, you might be able to tear it apart. If you can reduce the sun's mass, you can decrease the temperature and pressure in its core so that it can no longer support fusion reactions. I'm going to sum up. The sun isn't on fire. There's no amount of water you could add that would quench it. You'd just make it explode. But if you used fire hoses that could spray water at nearly the speed of light, you could probably shut the thing off and eventually freeze us all, which is what I think you were hoping for in the first place. In conclusion, we come to know, if you were to fill a bucket the size of the sun with water and pour it on it, it wouldn't extinguish it. Instead, it will add to the sun's mass and increase its hydrogen and oxygen reserves, creating a bigger blue-white star 1.7 times its original size and frying nearby planets. Did you learn something new about what will happen if you pour water on the sun that you didn't know before? We hope you did. So, if you're interested in learning more amazing knowledge about science, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to comment your views on this. Thanks for watching to the end.